this is my second reading for today, but I really am inspired to do it because I took the advice of the coffee cup readings and the divination cards. I went outside and I did some pruning, harvesting. I want to show you guys, but first let's do this in the spirit of following through on what we are doing, doing the advice. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Manifesting abundance and wealth for you, for everybody who's tuning in, and for myself too, because I use these readings to enhance my life. So I want to show you what I did. So out in my garden, look at all of these. All of these. This is this is the yarrow sticks. I just harvested. They're very wonderful and fragrant and green and ready to, I'm gonna dry them. So in the White Feather Tarot recent video I watched, the lady, tarot lady, she had I Ching cards. And I thought, wow, you know, it's like you can buy you can just like have the whole deck of 64 hexagrams and shuffle them and pull a card, right? But this way, yarrow, this is the old, see the seeds are, the flowers, these attract butterflies because they're like the mini flowers, and the butterflies hop from flower to flower. It's how they're pollinated. So what I do, this is a California native. Uh-oh, I didn't bring my things in here. But anyways, this is, so I harvest the flowers. I have a whole big bag full of the flower seeds. They have gone to seed. I'm gonna take this up to my land in Rancho de Jema. So after I cut it, this one is kind of curvy, but what I do is I just strip the leaves off like that, compost the leaves. But see, and I love this yarrow plant. For one thing, it's native, and it's so, I love the feathery flowers, and it grows so easily because it's a California native. And I think around the whole planet, yarrow is a native to many, many, many regions. Here's another one. So if ever you grow yarrow, if it's native, see, all you do is you just strip the leaves like that, and then you let it dry. So in this, my particular ones, because they kind of grew in the shade of a tree, a big pecan tree I had back there, so they grew really tall. But like this, you could cut it in half and have 2 sticks, and then look in the, you know, either online or in the very old, is that C.G. Jung? Or I forget the name of the person who wrote the really great one, English translation of the I Ching. I used to have it, and I got rid of it because it was really old. But now that I have my yarrow sticks again, this is my first harvest in a very long time. Wow, it's so fragrant. I'm gonna get that book, and you see, the thing with drawing the cards, I'm not being critical. It's just that the reason that you do the yarrow sticks is that it takes a long time. You know, you like count them out, and you do like a thing with your fingers, and you place them in, you know. Anyways, there's an elaborate way to do it, and the process takes time, so that you have posed your question to the universe, and as you're doing the yarrow sticks, the process, and coming up line by line of the hexagram, it takes like, you know, maybe 5 minutes or longer, depending on how, you know, experienced you are with it. But the thing is, during the length of time, see, your brain settles, is kind of meditative, and the universe can sort through your thoughts and get to the real question that you're asking. Sometimes what you're asking is not really the one you want to have answered. So anyways, and the hexagram that you come up with is a real answer to your question. So if you just like do the coins, I've done that many times, tossing the 3 coins and doing the hexagram, that can take a minute, you know, or less if you're really quick, right? And you don't go through the long process. But with the yarrow sticks, you go through the long process. So I'm going to let these dry, and then get another copy of the I Ching and do those for myself, because it's an old thing. I used to do it a long time ago. Okay, so I'm going to do this divination while this is brewing. And let's get another divination card in the spirit of following through. Ooh, love, ooh. On the bottom of the deck, there's the love card. Okay, let's do this. That was from this morning, the other one we had on top, deep dive. Okay. So we are doing a continuation. Just I did the pruning and harvesting abundance and getting my seeds for next year's crop, take it to my land, and then I'm going to have a nice, really great crop of yarrow. I hope all goes well. Unless the deer eat it and the rabbit comes around. Those are the 2 animals. Okay, we're asking for just the spirit of the money spirit, and money Tiki statue spirit, to please give us some really great like pointers, indicators of how we can attract, but become money magnets. How about that? That's an old term. Becoming a money magnet is when you are so elevated and aligned with cash flow, you just pull it in. Okay, so let's do that. Money magnet. Let's see. What do we do to become money magnets? It's a frequency of like a vibration. I think that's what it is. Okay, let's try this. Well, spirit animals to the rescue. We got this one, was it just today? Or a couple of days. Anyways, that's they come through, and from non-ordinary reality, they come through, and you know, there's a story, one of the books I was reading a long time ago when I first started learning about becoming a shamanic practitioner. And I'm not sure if this book was written by, it might have been written by Hank Wasselman or someone else. I can't remember the author, but he was way in the back country, wild country of Africa someplace, working with some, on a like anthropology type project. He was a student, and in a remote area, working with maybe like at least one person who was native to that region, and maybe a few other people. But he turned around and he saw this figure step out of non-ordinary reality into ordinary reality, was shocked by the apparition. And the other man who was with him, who was an African, from that region, laughed. He has seen this before. And it was this Westerner's first time to see the spirit come through. And they can do that. If we're receptive, they're probably all standing around us right now. But anyways, this is what happens. So be aware that you may encounter a spirit animal, like a hummingbird who comes along and just kind of hovers right in front of you, something like that, or I don't know, but we'll be on the lookout. Okay, in the same vein, the same idea of we are attracting wealth. We are aligning, attuning, like becoming receptive to and able to receive. That's the other thing. Don't push it away like some people do. We are receiving the flow into our lives. Okay, let's take a look at this one. You know what? The idea occurred to me, just rip this card up. But then we would have not an incomplete deck. This card, okay. Oh, it drives me nuts. East wind, delay and weakness. Okay, a direction, a mood, a playing field. The clubs are thoughts and air. And the events are taking place in this field. A plan will take a lot longer. Something is long-standing, like an illness. So it's really mindset. We've got to think. We have to change our minds. It's just that's the way it is. If we want to attract, I am working on it. I'm like you, I want to attract cash. I have a big project, my house in Rancho Tehama, $500,000. So I attract some of it, but I have to get a lot of it. And we're in the permit process. So, there's I have a definite plan of how I'm going to use the cash. And money is part of the process. Unless people want to give me all the services and materials for free, which is not fair. No, we don't do that. Okay, so yes, let's keep working on this. Keep working. Understanding Ooh, this is kind of interesting, the shape in the cup. Looks like a hill with the sun. All right. And we're only looking across from the handle, which is where our financial information is. Oh. Okay, so let's do this over here and get our stick. Maybe I'll switch to a yarrow stick once they dry. Okay. So, while this right here, first we have a bird. Okay, here's what I'm seeing. Okay, there's a pathway, right? A couple of pathways on either side. This, you know what this looks like to me? A tree trunk at the base of the tree. Where the tree and the earth, the tree trunk comes, you know, out of the earth. Right here looks like an egg. Most definitely. I want to look up egg in our, it probably has all about egg. If the egg is whole, it means new life, a successful start. Broken, it shows failure in plans or financial problems which can be solved. Well, our egg is whole. All right, that's really great. And right next to the egg is a pea. So, and here it looks to me like a bird in flight. And here's an X, like P and X, or a T on its side. And you know, this also kind of looks to me like if this is the base of a tree, then this could be like a hole, you know, like sometimes trees have a hole, or like a place where the branch was cut off. But anyways, I think this is an egg. And you know, one thing I learned as a gardener when I was being a professional gardener and I was in school, and this is a thing I didn't ever really consider. But so you have the root system underground, and then you have the tree on the top, right? And they kind of mirror each other. They're about the same. For a healthy tree that's growing naturally, has lots of room for its roots to spread. So, so the important thing are the roots. Because without the roots, the top part of the plant just dies. It has to have the root system. And we don't see that part of the plant because it's underground. But it is, like you can cut the tree, the top of the tree off. The root system is still underground and it will still grow. The tree will regrow. And that's what this is kind of reminding me of. You know, that the tree was cut off, but, and maybe this egg means, well, no problem. We still have the root system and we can still grow from that. It's not dead, it's still very alive. Okay, and there are a bunch of, like there's another shape here that looks to me like a figure, a person. Maybe this is you or me, or you know, anybody who's tuning in. Like we are regrowing. We may be eliminated We pruned off a top part, but we're still very alive and growing and reforming. Okay, so I think that's today's reading. New growth, successful new growth, and let's see, maybe someday I'll have when the yarrow sticks dry, and maybe I can do I'll get another I Ching book, and maybe we can do some divination through the I Ching, which is it's the oldest, possibly the oldest way to do divination. Okay, have a great day, and we'll see you again.